Let's get into the top 5 racist companies I've worked for. If you work for these companies, number 5, we have NCH, or more specifically NCH Asia. When I started working here, I was an intern. I believe it was like my third internship I had. It was in marketing and PR. And I remember starting there and just feeling the feels. Like, if you know, you know. I felt the feels, I felt the eyes. And working there, I was the only one. I remember being put in an office, door closed, windows, shades down, and I was just sitting in the office trying to promote cleaning products on social media because back then every company wanted to be on social media. It was like a big thing back then. This was like 2015. Oh, shoot, 10 years ago. Every company wanted to be on social media. Every company wanted to make a brand presence, and this company literally had nothing. And so I was building from the ground up, and it was a cleaning company. Not like cleaning, like, it was like industrial cleaning company, like what they would sell to companies to clean their place. I don't know, but I just remember sitting there trying to keep my eyes open. While I was working. Okay, number 4 on the list is Yum Brands. So Yum Brands is KFC, Pizza Hut, Habit, Yaco Bell. Don't even get me started on Yaco Bell, but I've worked with this company in several capacities, and every time I work for this company, it's just been odd. It's been weird. The first capacity is I was a temp for them. I worked for Pizza Hut Global. So like they split the company up between like international and US based. And the US based, let me not get into that. But I was working for international finance. It was like fresh out of getting my master's, just looking for a job to do. And we basically organized papers. And I remember going to their office here. They have an office here in Plano. And I really tried to work for this company. Like I tried to work for this. I did everything you could possibly do. Like I had the background, I had the experience, I had the connections, I had everything. And I remember I just started there. And I don't know, it was just weird. It was a casual company, like they promoted business casual. And back then, I didn't want to put on a wig every day. So I would wear like a hair, not like a sleeping wrap, but like I would tie my hair in really cute hair wrap styles. And everyone would just look at me. You went on the KFC US side, and honey, it was weird. It was very weird. Like I cannot even, the flying milk doesn't fly in a sea of milk is more like what it was. And I remember this one girl who was like a fellow, I'm not gonna say any names, but she was like a fellow black girl there, and she worked in HR. And I was like, hey, like, do you know any positions? Just trying to network. And she was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna help you with your resume. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna like really support you. You're so talented. You're so bright. Oh my God, you have everything you need. And like she was supposed to meet me at a coffee shop on a Saturday, and she never showed up. Like she just stopped texting me. She stopped replying to me. She never showed up. Then I tried to meet with one fellow black dude, the only one in KFC US, and he was like, "Oh, you're so great, whatever, whatever. I'm gonna keep you in the market." Never heard back. Fast forward, I end up working for this company again doing leadership, for their leadership training, but I was like an admin assistant for them. They bought this company called Heart Styles. I can go on and on about that. That company in itself, relations to South Africa, it's weird anyway. So like, and I still like kind of involved. It's more of a contractor sense, but I was a temp once again, worked there for a year, 2021, hard sales program admin, helping them roll out leadership training. And I was really passionate about this to the point to where I became like a facilitator for hard sales. Once again, the only black facilitator for their leadership training to train all their employees across the globe. And it was just, it like even to this day, like being the only one and always having to be the one to bring up race. And this is bringing race to people who are like, who were English, who lived in UK, South Africa, Australia, and always being like, hey, we can't train people without holistic leadership training. Like we have to take in perspective. Like we can't just be calling people controlling or easily offended if we don't know their perspective, like if we don't know the lens. So like it was just weird. Every time I brought it up, it was combative. And at this point, when I'm a facilitator, now I have a PhD, now I have a background, marketing, teaching background. I've been teaching for a long time, and it was just weird. Every time I had conversations with Black people in this company, they talked about on how unhappy they were, how they felt like the token, how they felt like they could be let go anytime. And from my own experience of trying to get into to the company several times, I applied for one job. I interviewed like 4 or 5 times. Like everyone was like, "Oh, you're so great, you're so great." Like I came highly recommended, and still nothing. But then later I heard it was for DEI, and later I heard they got rid of DEI. So I was like, "Oh, I think I dodged a bullet there." But it was funny because that girl that set me up ended up interviewing me because I was taking her. The job was for her position because she was moving to Spain or whatever to study. I don't know. But yeah, just stay away from that company. And Taco Bell is disgusting anyway. Like if you're still eating Taco Bell in 2025, don't let me, please, I don't let me spill the tea. Let me go to the next company. So the next company is my former alma mater, however you say that word, alma mater. I don't know how to say it, but the next company is Texas Women's University. Google Quakertown. Just take a moment and Google Quakertown and you'll understand this was the most traumatic experience to go to this university and also to work for this university. And if you want a full breakdown, I'm on TikTok, Neo Couture. I literally posted like 10 videos explaining my whole background with working for this company. Like the racism, the initial start of this school was racist. Like literally, you think basically it was Tulsa and Denton, Texas. It was Black Wall Street in Denton, Texas. Look it up. Look up Quakertown. And I'm going to leave it there. The next company I worked for is Texas Christian University. And like I said, it's all in that story that I told on TikTok. So check out my TikTok. Like I go into detail about teaching there, about how the students thought I were poor because I was Black. I was the only Black teacher there. Well, one of few. I was only one of few. My department had a lot of Black. I'm not going to say a lot. There was like 2, 3 of us, but we were like it was a mess. Anyways, it was a mess. We were critical the race. We were race and gender studies, just combined 2 departments. I forgot the name of it. Like that's how traumatic it was. Like I think I've disassociated from a lot of that. But the students were racist. Like they like back in like a couple of years ago, one of the sorority houses had like a slave auction to raise money. Look it up. This school's a mess. This school is disturbing and disgusting, and I have nothing else to say about this. I can't even speak on it. Just look it up. Look up the school. Look up racism at TCU, and you'll get what I'm saying. And the last company is Forterra. This company like sent me to the hospital. Like I had a boss that literally worked us so bad. We couldn't take a lunch. We couldn't go to the restroom. She falsified our timesheets. She made it seem like we were working less time than we actually was. She moved down the street from me. She was creepy. She was following. I don't even know. She had the whole office calling me model because she said I looked like the only other Black model in Target, and I look nothing like this woman. Like it was back in 2018. You can look up the model if you want. She had short hair. I had short hair. It was weird. The CEO stopped me in the hallway one day and like got pissed off because he thought I didn't work there. Like he thought I like invaded the company. He was like, "Who are you? Why are you here? What are you doing here? I've never, who are you?" I was like, "I work in marketing." And once again, I was a fly in C. And I think there may be one more other fly with me. But then it was red flags. Like we were taking naps in closets. Like it was red flags everywhere. She thought we wanted her job, and I'm like, I don't even want my job. I don't want your job. I barely want to be here. I'm just trying to survive. Highly, highly toxic company. The fact that we tried to go to HR and they told us to let our manager be our manager, and I'm like, but she's monitoring us. We can't leave the office. We can't. This is a marketing job, and we can't leave the office. We can't take bathroom breaks. Um, so yeah, that job was super racist. Like I could do a whole series. And if you guys want a whole series, let me know. Check me out on all the socials. I'll leave it at Crumble Cookie is disgusting. And yeah, I'll chat with you guys later. Bye.